You know, I don't even have to ask you, or you back home. You live in Vegas, so you had it so easy. You got to sleep in your own bed every night.
Yeah, I know, but still, you don't sleep much. By the time you come home, and then you have to wake up and do it. I didn't sleep. I didn't catch up for until a couple of nights. Finally, I'm refreshed. I'm
Yeah.
ready.
I
Yeah.
actually slept good every night. I went to bed early. First night, Thursday, I went to bed at like 9:30, and then on the Friday and Saturday it was like 12. So it was easy.
Yeah.
I don't last long anymore. I don't know. It's over. For me, it's
Hey,
over.
you know me, until I upload things to the Instagram and see all
Yeah.
the pictures,
I'm just
whatever.
I'm just thinking about going to bed. I don't think about uploading a damn thing.
Yeah, I'm
Because
not excited.
What's up, fellas?
Hey, Chris,
Chris
What?
back home too.
Yeah, shit. I almost came out here in my robe
why are you wearing a sweater, man?
because it's cold. Shit.
It's
I'm in San
cold.
Diego.
It's cold in San Diego.
Yeah,
How cold?
gonna be upper 60s today.
Oh, well, I'm going to the
I've
cold
been in
tomorrow.
Vegas the last couple of weeks. I've been hot out there, but now I'm cold.
Yeah. I'm going to the cold tomorrow. I'm flying out to Germany tomorrow morning, so it's going to be probably upper 60s too.
All right.
Yeah.
You have a
That's
show in 2 weeks, right?
say what?
You have a show in 2 weeks in
I
Germany.
got a show this weekend and next weekend.
Oh,
Yes.
you should.
Damn.
Hey, you know who was here?
Ching.
Yeah. Yesterday, came to visit me, Bernd Beiderbecke.
I saw the picture. Yeah,
So
yeah.
he came here yesterday. He is great.
Did he stop smoking? Did he
Yeah.
stop smoking?
No, he's not smoking anymore. I was saying he was smoking probably 200 cigarettes a day easily. Yeah. But I want to tell you, he's healthy. I mean, fat, of course, and
Well, if
he
you're
knows
fat,
it.
you're not healthy. Doesn't matter. Well,
But
maybe for him.
otherwise, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Otherwise, because I
How
would
old
think,
is he though?
well, he has to be 75 plus.
You think?
Well, if I'm 60, you know, I
Was
would
he
want
that much
to
older
be.
than you? You think?
Of course, yeah. I mean, come on. When I was competing there, he was considerably older than me. Okay, I have no clue. Bernd, if you're younger, sorry. You sound like you look 75.
You said
You sound like
75.
you look
I
75 in
don't
this,
know.
my calculations.
No, he looks 75. He's only 65.
Oops.
75.
Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, listen. What a weekend, huh?
Great. What
I don't
about
even
the
know where to
sound?
start. I don't
The
even know
sound
where
in
to
that
start.
place
I
was
say let's
crazy.
start with something. Let's start with Andrea Shaw, man. Didn't she come out and deliver and just show the world that there's nobody that's even close to her when she's on?
Yes,
She's
one of
more, I mean, she's more
untouched.
genetically gifted than everybody.
Yeah. So, but did you see anyone on that stage? Now let's look. Angela Yeo, she beat her in a Rising
Jones.
Phoenix, but
Jones.
Angela and Andrea was obviously off. So now,
Ashley
is
Jones.
there anybody in this lineup that is even that is dangerous other than Angela?
Ash-
Angela is
Ashley Jones.
Ashley Jones. I'm glad you mentioned her name because I said it that day, that evening, and I said it at the Rising Phoenix. I said, if this girl ever gets in shape, everybody's in trouble because she
Intro.
has even better
Everything.
shape than, I don't want to say better shape than
Everything.
Andrea, but she has everything. Crazy quads,
Everything.
crazy back.
Crazy back.
So
And that's
all
going
she
to
needs
make
to do is
her
get in
improvement.
shape. She's
Huh?
looking off, and she still places third in the Olympia.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to be
Remarkable, man. She's
Olympia, right?
very short. I like her posing. Her posing is a mat
Yeah,
is great. Is I love it. I love her posing.
yeah. Missy Truscott wins her third fitness Olympia, coming back off an injury where a lot of people probably wouldn't even be on stage a year later. They would still be in rehab. She
She was
comes
still had a little limp to her when she was walking. I was surprised that she was able to.
out.
She still had a slight little pain in her knee.
I'm not surprised, but did you see her reaction when she finished her routine that she got through with it? You could tell when something like this happens in a routine. Can you imagine this in the back of your mind? You do these flips and shit, and you're like, "Oh, please don't let this happen again."
Yeah, yeah.
You could see how
That's
it was just like she was just relieved of everything when she finished with her routine. You could
that's
literally see it.
that's a great point because that's the biggest roadblock for any athlete in any category, any sport, is coming back from an injury and then have to go through the same type of thing that they went through. That
Right,
mind is very strong.
right. Milos, when you had your quad tear, and after you went back to training legs, or even today, do you still think
Well,
about it?
yeah, if you remember, when they put the sutures through my kneecap, they were actually pulling the kneecap in the uh, wrong position. So when I start training and stretching and doing my one leg press and leg extensions, it was just killing me. But I thought like, okay, that's the way to go. I have to do it. So I was pretty much damaging with the training until 6 months later they had to redo the surgery. So now when
Mm.
that happened twice, it's like holy. So I was going super careful, until I felt sure enough that I can do it. And I can say this, that now my right leg and right knee and quadriceps and patella tendon and everything is so much stronger than the left one. My right leg is, I'm not going to say twice the size of the left, but because when I was rehabilitating my right one, of course, you compensate on the left, and then I injure my left.
Mm.
And this is just not healing at all. It's not responding. So, when you push anything, leg press, hack squats, hack press, anything, I feel, even though I push with both feet, I feel like 70-80% goes on my right foot. So I try, purposely to put it on the left, but it's still not responding. Yeah,
Right.
anyway, it's on the back of your mind. You think like any moment it can snap. And for me, if you remember how it snapped, it just exploded, rolled
Yeah.
up, all four.
Remember, you told me that when they opened you up, they said your patella tendon was just like
Oh,
like
yeah.
was
So
destroyed.
they couldn't even start that because it was like they had to shorten it big time.
Did they
You
have to get? Hey, did they have to get some pork bacon to fix it?
know? Yeah, it was horrible.
I didn't know that they use tendons from a pig. My boy, he tore his triceps tendon,
Yeah.
so he had surgery done. And this crazy dude was in the car, was rushing somewhere, got into an accident, boom, and retore the same thing that was just about a week old. So then he destroyed
Driving,
his
Jesus.
tendon completely, and they had to put some pig tendon in him. I was like, "Listen, you're the only Muslim I know who likes pork."
Oh no.
Hey, did they tell him? Did
I
they?
guess not. I don't think they were worried about what he is. They fix his arm. It's crazy though, right?
Does he laugh like a?
No, no, no. But he's never fully recovered. He's
Oh,
always
shit.
he can't straighten his arm no more. It's just fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Hey,
Taylor,
what about
remember
the and
you guys remember the girl from Canada that did she get second or third? I think she got second. Taylor,
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
She got second last year.
third, third.
She got
Oh,
third. No,
second
Jacqueline got
last year.
second.
Second last year, third this year.
Yeah, Jacqueline got second. Jacqueline from New York.
New
Jacqueline,
York, yeah.
she got
Who's
second.
the one with the great routine?
Yeah, awesome routine. But Taylor has probably the most electrifying routine because she's probably I don't know, A class gymnastic.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
She
but
would
when you look at her shape,
more,
she
need more.
doesn't have a physique at all to be
Uh,
standing next to these girls in
Don't
the
say
but
physique.
it at all.
but
No,
to be
no,
fair,
listen, don't get me wrong. When I'm saying that, I don't mean that she has no body. She has nice body, but when you judge him the physique round, she got to be somewhere in the back.
Probably.
yeah, but she only been training for like say 6 to 8 months for this type of bodybuilding type
You
of.
mean 6 to 8 months? She was second place last year, so that had to be longer than 6 to 8 months.
She wasn't training like someone helping her build her body up,
Okay, I
learning
get that. I get
and
that.
learning to pose the quarter turns.
Uh,
Still
no, I
having
get that. I get
yeah,
that. She's just
arms
she's
are way
young.
up
She
too
hasn't
far.
been doing this for long,
Yeah,
but that shows you how much the routine really does on your
It's
scores.
two-thirds of the
Yes,
sport.
yes. So you don't really have to have the best body. So now, how
yeah.
far away from these girls is Missy because she has the best body too?
Yeah, yeah, it helps. I don't think she won the routine round, but oh well.
Yeah, I don't
But
know.
If you see the score sheets, I didn't. I look at the open division and the classic physique.
Yeah. Let's talk
Judge.
about classic physique.
Yeah.
Biggest surprise to me was Mike Sommerfeld.
In a way, because you did say at that podcast that he has the best body for you. You just need to deliver it, and if he
I'm telling you,
delivers it,
I've been
watch
saying
out.
this for so many years. I've been saying this for 6 years. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
If he gets in shape,
and he sure delivered it.
sure.
how do you feel about the best German classic competitor now?
It's not only that. What I like about what happened this past weekend is not that Chris Bumstead retired. I'm happy for him because he has things to worry about now. He has a family. He has an autoimmune disease that he don't want to aggravate for nothing. He doesn't have to do it anymore. You know, he's not doing it for 50,000 a month. I mean, a show. So, but now there's 2 and 3 goes to Germany. So now that means next year the favorites to win this show is the Germans.
Well, don't discount Ramon ever.
I'm not discounting anybody, but if you go by who places, normally the one who places second is the favorite going into the show next year. You know? And listen, what happened? What do you think? What happened to Ramon? Why did Ramon drop to 4th place?
Because the prejudging, he was sweating, spilling over, not flexing correctly. Oil was going all over the place. Protein was leaking.
Do you think it was because he's sweating that he's in 4th place?
No, that's
So
not it. His body was down, not down, but first of all, his posing is not right for what he needs to do.
People have been saying
He
this.
does not have a concept of what he needs to do exactly,
Mm.
and every time. So that's one thing. The sweating, it could have
I think the sweating helped him.
The sweating is like getting some body blows in boxing. He stumbled a little bit, but he recovered. They came.
I think the sweating helped him. After he dried off, he was harder than when he came out first.
They dried him off, and he got another shot at it. So that wasn't it, because they put BREON inside, and then they put BREON back outside.
But
I mean,
here's my take. Here's my take on Ramon. Ramon looks good. Ramon compares better with URS'S. Same height, similar structure. URS'S has a better lats from the front in the front relax, and they both. I mean, Ramon's back now is better than it was, but he's still not the widest guy. So when you put him next to Mike Sommerfeld, who is wider, you can see the difference. I mean, listen, Mike Sommerfeld was close 2 years ago where he got 5th.
Yeah.
He wasn't as sharp as he was this time, but he was closer, and he got 5th place. So he still was beat by those guys. So you remember what he said on the podcast? Didn't he say he's shooting for top 3?
Yeah, he was convinced he's going to make a top 3, and hats off to him. But okay, Dennis, Ronnie Coleman, 98 at the prejudging, was sweating profusely, and I was getting better. Yes, so that can happen. In Ramon's case, it was not happening. I mean, he didn't get drier and leaner, in front of us. He was leaking. It was a mess. I mean, even BREON was trying to help him and tell him.
Yeah, but Milos, when that happened, he already had 2 call-outs.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
He was already on the outside.
Chris Aceto said he was peeled out of his mind.
I believe it.
Okay. And as soon as they step off the stage, I think that Tamer went to see him in the room to see what happened. And he slipped down and he was perfect. So even Chris doesn't really understand what happened. And Ramon is the guy, he says he can train and not sweat. So usually, the people that sweat like pigs anyway.
Train and not sweat.
He said, that's what Chris said exactly, verbatim.
Are you
not sweating, training.
Are you training hard enough, though?
He ain't training with Chris. He's sweating.
That's crazy.
I peaked.
You're gonna sweat.
But the sweat.
The Dragon Slayer. I took actually a picture so you can see it. He was.
If you're dry, you don't sweat. We know that.
Yeah.
But
he didn't.
It could be something else. It could be the nerves.
Look good.
Listen, if you coming out, because you know how confident he was at the press conference. Ramon was thinking he's going to come to beat Chris Bumstead this year. And then you step on stage and you still believe that. And all of a sudden the call outs come up and you can feel they're moving me away. I will start sweating too. Like,
Yeah, you know that feeling. You know that feeling when they move you
That
out.
might have something to do with it because I know he was looking for first or second.
Yeah. So I don't believe that because of the sweating, he plays where he plays.
Okay,
He
here's
was
a
already
question.
out there before he started sweating.
Dennis, question for you, because you point out that you saw Mike Summerfield and he looked great, and then you saw him next to Ramon, and then you say like, "Oh shit, Ramon is way leaner." I guess
Yeah.
there's the levels.
Yeah.
Okay?
And that's why I believe that Ramon was on like Chris is saying. I believe that.
And when I saw him, because Chris now is saying maybe Ramon doesn't train hard, I was training somebody in a leg room in a Dragon's Lair, and I peeked, and it was Ramon. It was doing very intense, heavy hack squats, and I even jumped there once for one set to maybe do some force reps. I mean, heavy. It was not sweating, and then he locked his quads, and it was like, oh shit! But at Arnold Classic, I've seen that Ramon was losing legs on the stage. He was losing that separation, right? Wesley doesn't have a crazy quads, but he has a separated. So Wesley was making illusion that his legs are just as big as Ramon, which are not. And then his upper body dominated as then he said, Ramon is narrow and Wesley is wide. Mike is wide. So I told Chris Acedo, man, make sure that he flexes his legs and keeps the legs separated. And I was going to go and maybe run him through the posing just to see, because I see over and over they lose legs. Sure enough, okay. First, Chris said, "Oh, Arnold, he just trained for 6 weeks, and now he trains for 20 weeks." This has nothing to do with showing separation. If you know how to show it and how to hold it, you can hold it, right? So to say this, at the finals, Ramon looked way better.
Yep.
And if that was Ramon that was being compared, God knows. But at the prejudging, there was a mess. There was not enough time to recover. They were moving them 56 people, rush. He just lost it.
He didn't look bad though.
I mean, exactly. He didn't look bad. I mean, if he would have been in second place, nobody would have complained either.
He looked good.
Exactly.
So I would like to hear from the judge, from Steve, what was the reason for?
Call him now. Call Steve now.
No, I will maybe bring him on for next week. Try to want to know what was the reason what did you see in Ramon that you think he is not in the top 3? And then also, you see the score sheets. Mike Summerfield was second place from the get-go.
Yeah, and you call it actually. I know when you told me after the show, if Mike wins, you have no complaints, right?
What I'm saying is,
yeah,
at prejudging, Chris was standout. He was clear.
I said Chris won first, second, and third place when he stepped.
Yeah, which I don't agree with, because
okay,
Chris
I like to exaggerate.
Was vulnerable, and Mike was in his ass Saturday night when they did that last call out with just Chris and Mike. Chris was in his ass. I swear to God. I mean, Mike literally was in his butt.
That doesn't sound right.
I know, I'm like,
you know what I'm talking about. Not literally.
I often say shit like this, and it doesn't sound right.
You could see, and I think if there's a lot of people, and if you look at the score sheets, he had him first place. Mike did.
I mean, he had from some judge. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So some judge had him first. So that tells you how they closing in. So it was closer than people thought it would be. It was not a walk in the park for Chris. Chris was great. I think he was better at prejudging.
Yeah. He was flatter. He was flatter at the evening, and you could see the flattish chest.
You could see it in the chest. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, I think he was better at prejudging. He deserved the win, no doubt. But he knows that he couldn't do this like this every year, because they come and they on him. They on him. And so is URS'S too, because I thought this was the best URS'S we ever seen on stage. The only problem I had with URS'S was his color. I said, dude, it just looked like you were too light. I'm not saying that was the reason why he plays third. I don't know why he plays third and Mike second. That's something for Steve to explain, or maybe Tyler. I don't know if he's going to do it.
I can explain that too.
Huh?
I can explain. I'm sure Chris is going to agree. So first, when URS'S came out, I also saw him second straight away. Oh, that's the best URS'S ever. Ripped, sliced, diced, improved. Okay. So that would be good enough until they start comparing him to Mike. And then Mike's width, won the show. I mean, a front
Now, I'll be
double,
honest, Milos. Where did
back
you see
double.
Mike when he came out for his individuals before they did a comparison?
I didn't think that he's like right away running. I thought he was going to be fighting for, third, fourth, fifth, but I didn't see him so high as a second or third.
Right.
Initial impression.
This is the guy.
Kind of, you also glance on the stage where he was standing. Okay, there's Mike. Oh, I recognize him here. He is. And it was not like, whoa, here's Mike.
He's a little the opposite. Mike is a little the opposite. You know how people look great when they're by themselves?
Hmm?
Mike is the kind of guy, he looks better when he's compared with other guys.
Yeah.
You know?
And
So
I want to say,
I agree with you. I didn't think he was going to be that close, but when they compared him, I was like, damn, fuck, he comes alive. He's really good.
he was taking poses like, holy shit. But BREON, I think that's best BREON I've seen,
Yep,
at least in
I
a long
agree.
time or maybe ever. I was super impressed.
I agree. I texted Chris right away. I said that my man BREON is fucking great.
And on that note, could he beat URS'S again? There's argument. Okay, listen. I know that people don't want to hear it when, oh yeah, I beat him. Shut up, don't say nothing. What do you mean? BREON beat you in your last contest, and BREON
Right.
can improve. You can improve also, but he has things that you don't have: arms and back double biceps dominant, So there is question. We all love URS'S. URS'S is impossible not to love, right? But we have to judge the physiques, and physiques is upstairs, downstairs, balance, everything. Classic physique, only front and back double biceps pose, which biceps is a major part. If you don't have a good biceps, okay,
That's when
you don't have a good back,
and then limited poses to choose from.
which is ridiculous. I mean, okay.
No, but what I'm saying
Guy
is,
from
if
IBB,
you have,
I'm not trying to steer the pot, but everybody on earth, including every classic physique competitor, believes more poses should be implemented to show their classic beauty. Why not? I mean,
Can you imagine?
okay, but also,
Can you imagine if they add 4 more poses?
hell yeah.
You're going to be a prejudging for
Agreed.
2.5 hours.
oh
It
yeah,
doesn't matter.
and listen,
They can do something about that.
but it's supposed to be classic poses, and a lot of these guys don't even do classic poses.
I agree though. I agree. They should do all the poses because there's more muscle on their body than just 4 poses.
No, but I'm talking about during the routines. A lot of guys not posing classic. They just
I know, but at least they have good routines.
They have a good routine.
Which the Open would look at that because the only one with a good routine in the Open was Samson.
Samson, yeah.
There was nobody else. I mean, I didn't say
Andrew Jack supposedly had a very good one.
Yeah, listen.
He
Okay,
gets to
let's get to the big boys after this.
Okay,
Let's get to the big boys.
Let's stick with the classic first. Classic first.
Yeah.
Let's ask Chris because Chris didn't have a chance to say anything about BREON. No, seriously.
Every time I say something, y'all say I'm being biased.
Yeah, you are biased, but you still know what you're talking about. So take Just because you're biased don't mean you don't know what you're talking about.
Go ahead.
Hey, and plus my throat is sore, so don't be in the comments talking about the way I'm talking. We all was talking all weekend, so
You had a long night, didn't you? Huh?
Huh?
At least you have a manly voice. I have a squeaking fucking.
Yes. What time did you get home Sunday?
Home Sunday?
What time did you get back to the room Sunday?
Did you come back to the room?
5:45.
Yeah, okay. No wonder you
You're good time.
Photo shoot at 7 a.m.
Okay. Did you go straight to the photo shoot?
No, I had to lay it down for a second, but it was like I couldn't.
Wasn't a whole lot of time.
Hey, that was 98 Olympia. We're going to the Coney Island at 8 o'clock in the morning, right? He went straight to the party into the bus and fell asleep on the bus and sleeping at the photo shoot.
But a lot of people got
Because I was thinking about that too, Milos. I was like, back when I was younger, I could have pulled it off.
Okay, Chris, were you happy with BREON? You had to be. And what do you think? What should BREON do? What should he do now? From now, what is that? What is the message that he's getting?
He's good. He's still top 5.
He's good, but I just wish they would promote someone like him because this guy, comes on. You never be like, oh, he was this, he was that.
He's the
Oh,
most consistent guy in the
yeah,
classic.
consistent guy in the sport. Throughout the year, he's constantly promoting his physique, the classic division. He's the only guy to ever beat Chris Bumstead. Um, and he has all his hair. He smiles all the time. You know, he don't have the 20 million followers, but I mean, I don't know. I just like his work ethic. I like that he never backs down from anything I throw at him, from all the posing, all the training, all the stuff like this, and he's disciplined as hell. And I just wish I would like to have seen I had a touching moment. I got a little emotional watching him pose next to Chris on the pose down. I thought that was remarkable. I thought it was great for the sport. I thought it was a great sportsmanship on Chris's part. I even told him so backstage. And it was special for us because, just chasing Chris all these years. I've been with Breon for at least 8 years now. And that was always our goal and our focus, and yeah, so yeah, it was bittersweet for me because that's part of the journey and part of why I still do what I do as far as traveling with him, training with him, pushing him as hard as I can. And then now he's retired and I don't know, we'll see. We'll see because I still think we can keep improving his body. Yeah, I think as long as he keeps eating away, keeps eating around.
But Chris, but be honest now. Do you think that with the way they're going, that he still has a shot to move into the top of to possibly win it?
Who knows? I feel like it's a free fall still right now.
I'm serious because you're gonna
But
say
Dexter did it. Dexter came back.
But
And
what does he have to do? He's at the weight cap. So what can he do?
yeah.
He has to make
I mean, but
he's maxed out.
He's only had 4 pounds to play with for so many years
Uh,
after he went turned pro as a middleweight, and then they gave him another bump of weight. But doing what everybody else is doing. I mean, he still love it. He's not tired. We're gonna keep going.
yeah.
Yeah. So if I can jump in, I really do think before I would maybe criticize Chris is biased and say, come on, Breon really didn't have a chance. But at Arnold Classic, Dennis, you and I were watching, and we both agree Breon was spot on, and
I was just as
he was
impressed
contender.
at the Olympia.
Yeah.
He impresses me
And
every time.
now he beat the guy that beat him in both Arnold Classics, right?
Yeah.
And he improved. Condition-wise, he was right there. I don't think that anybody was better conditioned than Breon. I mean, everything was there, good condition. Back is off the chart. I agree with uh, Chris is probably the best back level biceps when you look at the whole thing. Even his legs and glutes and hamstrings and everything looks perfect in that pose. Okay.
Oh, you're talking about Chris?
Come on,
You're talking
brother.
about Chris or
Talking about Breon in the back double
Oh,
bicep.
yeah. Breon got glutes. Chris
And
didn't.
But listen, side
What?
chest is good. I don't like. Listen, Chris, I'm going to tell you this, and Breon is listening to this. I don't think he gets most out of his ab shot for years. He does not lock in and make them deep. He doesn't squeeze it in with a deep separation. He left something that is still not shown. He's focusing on other part other than right here.
No,
lock.
he
I promise you.
don't say he don't, folks. I'm a master at this, right?
I
So
remember
don't
commentating.
think. Listen, wait. That has been a problem for us since day one. He has improved it over the years. He's not locking down like I could myself.
Mhm,
He has a diaphragm. Like we even tried to deep tissue this area.
mhm.
We tried to, even I make him hold it extra longer. Sometimes he really gets it. If I was him, I would start, maybe from the side and then come around. Sometimes he gets it really good, and a lot of times he don't. But I'd say 65 to 70% of the
Okay.
time he don't.
A lot of times you don't. A lot of times I catch it. And I'm going to tell you, I
Yeah,
was trying to
I know.
get Samson to do it right, and I couldn't, right? And now he's doing it right. So it's not like you know, after you don't know what you're saying, and you know, but sometimes they find a way and locks in, and now there is there. And I didn't see
Yeah.
this with BREON. And listen, Chris Bumstead doesn't have a great ab shot, right?
No,
So when you're supposed to take over the pose, and then you have something that he doesn't, super deep flat abs, right? He could take over. BREON is that close. So Dennis, I would not be surprised if BREON is fighting for a title, you know, next year.
I agree. I think I love BREON, man. This
I was
year
pushing.
I had to text Chris right away. I was like, damn, BREON looked good. He looks good, and he's probably the oldest one on stage.
he is
Yeah.
the oldest one on stage.
Yeah.
He's probably the oldest one in the sport right now.
Yeah. So now let me ask you guys this though. I want to get your guys' opinion. Now, Urs, of course, he came for the title. You know, he was thinking he's going to get second after Chris, after, you know, because you hear after prejudging what people say. So he's probably expected to be second, ends up in third. Mike ends up in second. Mike is doing a show in Frankfurt in next weekend. The big one is a pro qualifier. It's an Olympia qualifier. Chris, what would you do? Because Urs was the leader in Germany the whole time. These last years, he was at the top. Everybody else was behind him. So now Mike just hit him, but one spot ahead of him as a favorite going into next year. What would your move be at this point right now?
If you're Urs.
If you would be Urs, yeah. I'll tell you what I would do, but I'll ask you first.
Okay. I mean, here's the thing. He's young still. His body's still going to develop more and more. I don't know if he's limited because he don't have a big wide frame. He's not like super wide through the clavicles. You know, I even noticed when he hit that last sprint next to Chris, it was like,
But last one is Chris's best pose.
I know. So I'm just saying.
Everybody looks like this next to
Yeah,
Chris.
yeah. But I'm just saying, I don't know if his frame would allow him to get much wider, bigger. Like,
Okay, just tell me what you would do.
shit, I don't know. I would think about the open class.
Would you shut it down and go for next year because you qualified? Or would you want to say, fuck it, let me get that win back and put myself in the front?
I would get more. Yeah, I would do more. I wouldn't just do one. I mean,
You know,
the guy
what would
worked
you do?
super hard.
There's a show in Germany
Worked
in 2
super
weeks
hard.
It's
where
no
he
question.
basically revenge himself and beat
It's not even a revenge.
Awesome.
Listen, it's not even a revenge. If you listen
You
to,
know, as a competitor, what it is, Milos. Come on,
yeah,
man.
of course, but yeah, that's one of the parts. But just think what Samson was saying. He went to Romania, he went to Prague, and he would keep going competing because he promotes the sport. He lets other people in Germany, Romania, Prague, anywhere see the Olympia physique. And Urs is loved around the world, especially Germany.
Yes, yes, yes.
When he shows up there in Germany, it's going to be chaos.
Yeah.
Okay, so hey, we don't know. Yes, Mike was clearly second, and Urs was clearly third. But was it like no chance that Urs can overtake? Look, he lost. He beat BREON in Ohio. BREON catch up a week later in whatever UK. So yeah, if I'm Urs, of course I would compete for the fans, for the another opportunity. You're going to be battling Mike for years to come.
Yeah.
You know, you guys beat each other a couple of times. Mike was saying how he beat him originally, and
Yeah, he
then
beat him
in
in the beginning when they
He beat him in TJ. In TJ.
In TJ, yeah.
yes, judges are good for rewarding physiques that made a progress and they look good.
Yeah.
So if Urs makes the progress, they're going to reward him, and
I
now
think,
they're going to tell him.
yeah, I think if Ernst comes in dark, I think he made all the progress he needs.
Do you think his hair made him look a little bit more fit?
Well, it's not a hair contest. Who cares about that?
No. I'm talking. Listen. Wait.
Billy Idol.
Let me say that again.
For Rebel Yell.
Billy Idol. Hey, but listen, when you see a girl that dyes her hair dark, she could look little. It looks make her appear.
No. I went backstage and I was close. I didn't see the hair when I was looking at him. I said, "Listen, you need to put another tan on." He doesn't use Pro Tan. He's on this German company. That's
It's
not
called
good.
Bleacher. What is called
Right.
Bleacher Company?
Top
He
10.
better give her.
Called top
Bleacher,
10.
the
And
white.
he prefers that. I don't know if he has a deal with them and has to use it. I don't know. But it's usually good tan. It's just, it didn't look right on him, so he needs more.
Did he tan before the show on his own, or just
I don't know. I didn't ask him all that. I didn't want to confuse him. And you know, backstage,
make a difference.
I told him basically, this is the best you ever been. I would just like to see you a little darker. And he said he's going to put another tan on for the night show. That's it. I didn't ask no questions. You know what I'm saying? I was just thinking. I said, for me, me personally, because even though there's a rivalry between Mike and URS'S, there's no other way. I don't care what nobody says. They can now go out, eat together. There's still a rivalry. It's going to be there. It's going to be there for the next years.
It's healthy.
Yes. So for me, my thing would be not only number one, because it's in Germany, it's for the German fans. They get to see you in shape, which is, when does that happen? You know what I'm saying? And you want to come out on top.
But then it's
I would like to go into the Christmas.
Tuesday.
Huh?
It's already Tuesday, right?
No, it's next week Monday. It's
next week. Okay.
Next week Monday. So I would want to go into Christmas knowing that, I beat the guy. Yeah, he can just sit back. He can just shut it down. He can just shut it down and go for next year. That's perfectly. It's up to him. That's perfect.
Okay, let's speak English. The only reason why he would shut it down is he would believe he has no chance of beating him. If he knows that he has chance of beating him, hell yes, he would be right there because he would want to take that win back. Right? I mean, it's logical.
But
the only way he would shut down is if he doesn't think he can beat him.
But he wasn't that far behind. I mean, he's like right there. It's
I don't
almost
think
like
he was behind at all. It's just a different. It's a different
look. He was better conditioned than Mike.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mike had better glutes, which is I can't
How?
even believe I'm saying this.
This was crazy.
I can't believe I'm saying this because I never in a million years thought that he would ever have striations in his glutes. That dude came with fucking ripped to shreds glutes.
Hey.
But URS'S when he was just standing backstage, you could see the lines in the glutes.
I know, and
not even flexing.
I really believe that if he would have been darker, you would have saw more detail.
Of course.
There's and you two. Why are we tanning, Chris? Even black guys tan. Why?
Because I don't know why you guys.
Once you put oil on the skin, if the skin is not dark enough, and you cook that light hits the oil, it's gonna wash you out. And
it's like makeup for your muscles. It's like makeup, and it's like your cuts will be a little bit darker.
Which you did for your abs, as Dexter told us. Cheater.
Yeah. You fucking cheater, man. You put makeup there, or you just
you fucking
a little darker in the area? That's different.
Hey, I was cut from a different cloth than you got.
Right.
Cheating club.
It's not cheating if you're not cut.
We're all looking for an edge. Come on.
Should have put that shit on your ass. Maybe you could have faked a couple of lines in there. Hey, Milos, he probably did. We just didn't see it.
And that was it.
I did right down the middle.
Hey, those 3 lines that he mentioned.
The 3 he's bragging about. Yeah.
Y'all see the separation right down the middle? Shit.
Hey, Wesley, same thing. I would expect Wesley to say, "I'm coming back. I got 2 weeks to improve. I'm going back against these guys. I want to know. You can't go out like this, can you?"
No, he should be right back. Okay, I'm not saying this.
He placed worse than last year.
8th, yeah.
Last year he got 7th.
But it's easy to slip, a few places. Let's give a credit. I mean,
it's not that easy when you come 2 Arnold wins. It's not that easy.
Yeah, but if you just didn't bring that wow factor you had previously, then structurally you're being analyzed and then
Do you
Hey, listen.
believe,
Hey, guys,
Munir,
listen.
hold on 1 second, Chris, 1 second. Do you believe that he would have been in the first call out if he wouldn't have won the two Arnolds?
No,
I, I don't believe it either.
but
So that
listen.
Arnold helped him a little bit.
But
Fair
look what
enough.
happened. The same two guys that was victorious at the Arnold, they both slipped physically. Do you think when I was saying before, I thought that was going to hurt Hottie for this Olympia because I've experienced getting really good for one and a little bit off for the second. And it seems like I mean, it didn't hurt Breon like that, but I just think with that, I don't know, I don't know, maybe it's something, maybe it's not nothing.
Yeah, let's discuss that a little bit later when we discuss open.
Yeah. Let's
But,
get back to
let's stick with
Wesley.
this. So, should Wesley do the Germany? Absolutely. And I know that, Dennis, you're trying to promote also your show and trying to bring crazy fight for the German fans. And it's good for the sport. Wesley, if you're listening, you know, it's going to be Sunday aired, and by Monday he can sign up, right? He should be. He was in shape for 4 weeks. Any day, you could just pick him up from the gym, put him on the stage, and he would probably be better than he was on the stage.
You know what we would have done back then? Because there's my show Saturday, then there's another show Sunday in Spain.
Yeah. Oh, there is?
We would have do both shows. We would have.
Nice.
I can see
Sure.
Wesley maybe thinking if because Mike already announced that he's doing the show. I can see Wesley maybe thinking, maybe I should go to Spain to get my qualification on Sunday. But why not do both?
I was flying with Chris in 97, 3 days, 3 shows. Hungary, Spain, England. 3 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I mean,
From
Friday, Saturday,
Frankfurt,
Sunday.
my show is right. My show is at the airport. It's right at the airport. It's an hour, 2 hour flight to fucking Spain, Alicante.
I tell you this, when you retire and when you guys are like we are in this old school podcast, we remember each and every show we entered. We know Hungary show. Okay, when I told you that Chris was going hypo, but he doesn't want to admit. And then when we were going to Spain right after, we were delayed, and fucking Kevin was doing a Pro 10 in the bathroom at the airport. You know, we didn't because by the time we get to the Madrid and they drove us straight from airport on the stage, you know, so we didn't even have a chance to touch up. I mean, these kind of things. And then going to England, getting to England and doing this Burger King, everybody was fucking loading because we were so hungry. Yeah, I mean, you remember all those shows. So right after Olympia, Vasily didn't make a mark that he wanted, but was he? Oh, his physique is destroyed. It's not there. No, he just needs to fill up, correct something, and he's going to be right back into the mix. So imagine German Grand Prix with the 3 Germans, top 3, fighting each other, and I don't know who's going to be.
There's 3 Germans in the show. Well, if URS'S would do it, there would be 3 Germans in the show. I mean, there's actually more. There's like 5 or 6 Germans pros in the show.
So imagine if some of those
top guys would be Mike, of course. Then Luca Rega, who also did the Olympia, who didn't place. Young kid, looks very good. And then Wesley's from Holland, so he's a 2 hour away from where the show is.
Oh,
I mean, this would be, for me, it would be just, I need to get that back.
Yeah.
I couldn't let that go. Now we're in shape. Now let's do this. You know what I'm saying? That's what that's the way I feel. I'm hoping that he thinks
So
about it. I understand if he doesn't. I totally get it. You know, I mean, maybe not totally, but I understand if you want to shut it down. But but MILOS says it might look like, if you're not confident enough to be able to beat Mike.
No, let's be clear. The only reason why you wouldn't want to take another chance is if you think, oh, they're not going to give it to me, or I'm not good enough, or whatever else. If you know that you can overtake and get it right back, you would do it. It's good push for the next season. So that's how I see it.
Because whoever wins that battle right now, Mike is winning the battle. If he gets it back, that means he puts himself in the front as a favorite for the Olympia next year. And if he's not, then it's going to be Mike.
URS'S was great. BREON was great.
Yeah.
Ramon was very good if he didn't mess up that prejudging thing. If he looked like this throughout, God knows.
Listen, tell me, please explain to me. Why did they have him on the outside from the beginning?
Yeah,
Chris, you explain it. Because it wasn't the sweating. The sweating came after.
I don't know. I think
He was on. He was good. He was much better than he was at the Arnold. What's the reason for him to slip?
Could he have posed himself out of that position?
That's possible.
Because he wasn't.
Still has issues with
Yeah,
the pose.
that's an issue with him for some reason.
And maybe that's why he
The body was there because even at the weigh-ins, he turned around and posed with all his stuff off, very confident. He knew he looked good. He did look
maybe
good.
that's why he was sweating. Maybe if you're not used to posing a lot, then you're not the posing condition. Maybe that's why you started sweating. I mean, there's a lot of factors that can make you start sweating. I mean, if we all been there, when you think you're going to be in the top, you're going to be in the first call out, in the center fighting for the title, and all of a sudden they're going to move you away from people that was never able to beat you.
They were calling for Chris's head out there in Brazil.
What?
They were upset with Chris Tocito, like it was his fault or something.
Why would Chris? What Chris has to do with any of this?
Well, that's because he's doing his diet, and they thinking it's all the coach's fault.
They didn't see that they couldn't see that he was in shape.
I think some people did. They was thinking.
Are they blaming Chris for him to start sweating? It's like, is it that bad?
I'm just saying, like they were upset with Chris out there. I saw a lot of posts about that.
Real quick, before we get to the big boys, I just want to touch on this real quick. Man physique, what's something we don't really talk a lot about, because it's Milo's favorite category.
Can I just one moment before that, because I always say Jose Manuel MUNOZ. Always forget his last name.
That's classic, right?
Classic. He was
Fifth
sixth.
place.
The Beast.
No,
That's him, a beast. Yeah, he was phenomenal. He's coached by Raul Carrasco, a good friend of mine, and the guy that you were talking about, and he turns around and does the back stuff. Those stations
from the young kid. How old is he? 21?
Yeah, something crazy. Craziest condition. Oh my God.
I think.
That was his first Olympia, right?
I mean, he was open, and I think he placed very high, top 3 or something.
First Olympia, right?
Yeah, first Olympia is a classic.
Plays a 54-man lineup is fucking awesome.
Yeah, phenomenal. I just want to mention him because he left a huge impression on me.
Real quick, I just want to talk about Ryan Terry, who won the Olympia for the second time, but who stood out to me. And I'm honest, I don't really watch men physique too much, so I don't know the guys. I know the top guys, and that's it. But the guy who placed second impressed me the most. And I literally had him, when I saw them stand next to each other before they announced the winner, I thought he's gonna get it.
Yeah,
well, he's the New York pro, and he was barking pretty loud at the champion. Like I want.
You know what he told me
backstage?
You know what he told me backstage before the night show?
What?
I was here last year. He was last place last year.
Yeah, well, he took that down. George does his diet, and they had him in.
I met him in the morning for the first time. I didn't know this was the same guy, to be honest. And then at the evening at backstage, he told me, he also told me I smell good, which was very odd. It had to be the cologne anyway. So he told me, I said, listen, man, you out there fighting for the title, man. He said, yeah, can you believe I was last year? No?
Well,
What a comeback.
He was confident going into the show.
He looked awesome. He looked great.
He knew he
has everything it takes. Yeah.
He knew he needed to improve his back.
Ryan's waist was next to him was just wider.
Yeah, and then super deep abs.
Yeah.
Ryan Terry has great abs.
His serratus and his oblique is off the charts. Looks like
right. All right, real quick, before we slide into the big boys, 212. That was slam dunk.
That was the first, second, and third place, right?
Yeah. Yes. I feel bad for Sean Clarita because I know how hard he really worked, and I know he did exactly what they told him he needs to do. I just think that he overdid it just a little bit.
Just a little bit more.
He's already a shorter guy, a smaller guy, but he just downsized. Did you see, Milos, did you see the comparison they put out on one page where they compare him from last year to this year?
Yeah, I would give him, I think maybe I sent you, because
Was that you?
Last year, yeah, last year Sean would beat this year Sean, even though his abs were more controlled and condition was maybe even tad better than last year. He lost
think
the
so.
size and
With
But the
that,
condition was considerably better.
his stomach was a little bit too bulging out for me. I like how I flattened it out,
Yeah,
but
maybe
I
if he
think
would have been like 2, 3 pounds lighter, but it looked like he was what? He was 8, 9 pounds lighter,
I think they
maybe
might
10.
might have
too
overdid
much,
it
too
a little
much.
bit.
It's too
Legs were
much.
affected the most,
Yeah.
and then shoulders pop. Because he's narrow anyway, so he needs that fullness right here, and then he can create illusion.
But was
But
he doing
it would not be
doing
enough next to the super wide freak.
But can you imagine what he looks like right now? Right now?
Right now, he should.
Probably 190 pounds right now, just as shredded.
Well, if Sean is listening, he should fly to Romania and Prague and do the Open.
Yeah.
What I mean? He would
Yeah.
be competitive there.
Yeah. And
Breon,
also
How
who
long
stood
do you
out
think?
to me, in the 212 was the guy
Italian.
who got fifth, the guy from Italy.
Yeah. Giuseppe
Unbelievable fucking
Zagarello.
talent. Chris,
He'll,
did you
he'll,
see him
yeah, he'll be in the top two next
next
year.
year? Next year. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow,
Unbelievable. The
wow.
shape,
Mauro is
line,
gonna love to hear this shit right now.
the shape, the lines, condition, everything was there. He needed a little bit more.
And he looks, and the way his body composition is, he appears to be a bigger guy than what he really is. Like
It
he don't
creates an
have a
illusion, yeah.
body, he don't look like he's a small person. He looks like he has the body length of a
But he has the classic shape.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
Like extreme
It's
X-frame
gonna carry him. It's gonna carry him far.
Yeah. Yeah.
legs that you
Very
like.
young too, right?
Huh?
He's
He's
very
like,
young also, right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know exactly. I just know
I
that
think so because I saw him in Toronto and I was like, damn, that guy.
he's just the kind of guy when you look at the show and and there's so many competitors and all of a sudden this guy stands out. When you can stand out in a lineup like this, you're good.
yeah,
I
I'll
like
take a
I like
win
to
on.
say,
I don't
I
care
like
what
to say
nobody.
his name, Giuseppe.
Yeah.
yeah.
Giuseppe.
Christian Zagarella.
But Keon,
Hey, but he was standing right next to Keon in a group shots.
yeah, that helped him a
That,
little bit because that's
that helped him.
how you get seen, and that's how you not get overlooked.
Yeah. That helped him.
That's why I thought for Robert Timms in the classic, it was fucking awesome for him to stand next to
Precisely.
Wesley Wizards, and Robert Timms got what, third call out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's be a little devil's advocates.
Yeah.
In the 212, Nasser, who placed fifth, and Zagarella was sixth.
Oh, six?
If they were compared to number 3 and 4, Calderon and Baggio, so this is what I don't understand. There was more contest between 3, 4, 5, and 6 than 1, 2, 3, 4. But they gave 3 and 4 chance with 1 and 2. There was clearly only two-man show.
Yeah, but they never did a two-man call out. Not necessary, I guess.
Huh?
But they never did a two-man call out.
Yeah, but don't you think that Nasser from Brazil, is this from Brazil? He can be. No, a Brazilian guy.
He got fifth.
He can't be Nasser. I'm messing up his name. The guy that plays fifth.
I thought the Italian guy got fifth, no?
No, he was sixth.
Oh.
Yeah, those guys should be compared with Baggio and Calderon, I think. Yeah, definitely.
And then the first call out?
Yeah, they were in the first call out, but then they put him aside and then just 4 men.
I know, but if you get the first call out, that means you get the chance to stand with this guy.
Yeah, but more comparisons.
Yeah.
Which when you're gonna go to the Open, I'm gonna mention the same thing. I think there was way more comparisons that needed to be done in the Open.
You think they should have done more?
Well, yeah, of course.
Okay, let's get to the Open.
Let's go.
Well, everybody's been saying, and also we've been saying that if he puts it together, he's going to win. Was he the most conditioned guy? No. Did he have the best overall package? Absolutely, yes. I think Samson deserves this win. He gets my respect. I had to give him the benefit of the doubt. His wife is his coach. She gets my respect. Whatever they did, it worked. And he is now the new Mr. Olympia. And I believe, and I really believe, that if he stays on track, he can win the Olympia as long as he wants.
I think now we do have a physique that you can actually say that with. We wasn't saying that when it was Derek and Hottie. We're saying like it can still flip flop. Someone else can come in there, but this guy has a dominant physique that he can win it. I mean, if you know, going through the years that we've been in the sport, we can honestly say if he just forgot about food, as far as like, forget about the nostalgia, forget about like, oh man, I want to have this, I want to have that, and just focus purely on keeping your body in a certain look year round. You want to have an issue about getting into top shape. And that's the type of physique I could see winning for a long time.
I don't remember, Milos, you would know better. I don't remember him being fat in off season.
No, no. I mean, he gets heavy, and when he said the number, and then people freak out, like, "Oh, it's too heavy." It's a guy that's 300 pounds on stage. So I'm going to start with this to say that
That's what I think.
when Lee Haney puts you in a category and calls you Excalibur, that's that next level. And I see dominance of Lee Haney back in the day when he was Excalibur, and he was saying, okay, he's going to pass the torch now to Samson. We were talking about, I was then bias coach, and you guys were all ridiculing me like, hey, stop talking, you're promoting.
But you started the conversation with, as I'm a bias coach.
Yeah, but you know, because people would always say this immediately. So now they would think that I would be salty, jealous, or wish him, you know, bad, because I got like so many messages, right? Laughing and this and that, you know. So I cannot be happier.
People jumping on you now.
Laughing.
Of course, you know, come on. Because you see, people are like this. If you're a certain person, you see the life through your thinking. And if you would be jealous in the same situation, then you would think that everybody else would be jealous.
Yeah.
I built that physique with them, with Marlena and Samson since 2021, when you can see how he evolved into the great champion. Already 2022 Arnold Classic, he set himself on the map. Okay, that's the first time I actually talked to Fuad Abiyad on his podcast, and he asked, can he ever win the Olympia? So of course he can. But I even didn't project the fast raise as he was improving. First, delts came up, and then arms catch up, and the back was lacking until now. His back is great. His legs are off the chart, and they brought conditioning. Like I said, not conditioning that is the best conditioned guy on the stage, but as we were talking before, you just need to be conditioned enough not to be penalized for that. Other than that, you have a winning physique. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean,
the question that Dave asked me.
And one thing, just to make it clear, you know, first, because I was jumping, I was harsh or I don't know the terminology. They say that I was insulting his wife. I love Marlena. She's nothing but a sweetheart. And to me and her never had an issue. Zero. I love and accomplishment just to seeing she had to work at the time. And then she finally, you know, quit working so she can focus completely on Samson. And now, and as I told him, 2022 already, your life is going to change. And it's going to change dramatically. And right now, with the Olympia title, you know, the world is yours to take. Samson already announced he's going to do the Honor Classic. Of course he should. And then, even though, Chris, you said it's impossible maybe to peak twice.
Didn't use the word impossible.
What? I mean, it could be a mistake, or maybe.
I said if you focus, he's not someone that needs to change his body for anybody. All he needs to do stay close to your diet and just perform. He don't need to do too much with his physique right now.
He can stay like this. But I tell you this, out of all the people out there, he is the guy that is still improving. And he looks like he could still improve even on this physique because he did from show to show. Now the arms in the most muscular were crazy. The chest were more striated. Lats was all over the place, like, you know, lats spread from the rear. Holy shit.
Abs improved.
Abs. Oh my God, this is that thing. And I know that he's going to be kind of mad. I already said it before. I was not allowed to talk about abs because he would be offended, right? and finally maybe they listen and they figure out. Now his abs, in ab shot, in the side triceps, and that, it's phenomenal.
Because I'll tell you one thing,
We're
when
getting a
Hadi,
little ahead of
when,
ourselves now. We're going in further direction. We're still talking about the Olympia, right?
Yeah. But
when
Okay.
Hadi,
yeah.
So
So we talk
first,
about Mr. Olympia now.
one
The-
second. One second.
huh?
First, I want to say for you getting shit messages is I don't understand that
Yeah.
because I also got a couple of messages like I'm trashing his wife. I never said anything about his wife. All I said that I don't believe she was his coach. That's it. I never said anything else. If you don't believe something, if that's trashing another person, then you guys who write that shit they're dumb and should go somewhere with that. And you never trashed her either. So
No.
at the end of the day,
I
I
just
even
said the
had
facts.
conversations with them in the last couple of weeks. I have Samson guest posing in Germany next year. So guys, just relax. Nobody's trashing anybody. He's Mr. Olympia. Everybody can say what they want. He did it. He did exactly what he said he would do, and they did it together. And I'm going to give him the props for that.
Yeah.
Now, the question that Dave asked me after the show
Dave.
was if Hadi would have looked the same on Friday the way he did on Saturday, would he wanted the Olympia? Would it be the same result? I said possibly. I don't know, but possibly yes. But when I look at the score sheet, Friday it was tied.
Yeah. And
So
Saturday was not.
what if Hadi would have looked the same on Friday? Do you believe he would have walked away with the win? Because Saturday, Hadi was much better and Samson beat him Saturday.
Okay,
And
Chris, go ahead because I keep talking. So let me give you a chance.
Chris, let Chris say something.
like, go ahead.
Yeah, I can go.
No, but I just saw when Hadi was next to Samson and he thought he was going to have his dominant shots. Like, that's what I always say, when you prepare for someone to beat someone, their strong shots, you got to try to equalize that, or you got to try to somehow get as close as you can to that. But when Hadi went like this, next to Samson, and he did the same thing, there was no difference. It was like just as good as his.
That's Samson's pros, that's
Yeah, that especially that right side. That's the same one. It's the same side for Hadi. He likes to hit that right side, and he was right there, and he did not fall.
Yeah, you didn't answer my question, Chris.
What?
Would he
Again, if Hadi would have looked the way he did Saturday on Friday.
I just don't see it. I think I like the shape of Samson way better than Hadi's.
Okay, so that's the question. So no. So it doesn't matter, right? He could have looked the way he wanted to look on Friday. He would have still lost.
He would have been smaller.
I think he would be closer. Obviously, if there was 8-8 at the prejudging, with Hadi not being as good as he looked on Saturday, if he came on Saturday on a Friday, when it's that first impression and judges knowing that every show so far Hadi beat him, and he repeated that condition, because Saturday's condition, I think it was spot on.
Hadi was spot on Saturday.
Spot on, okay? Like we saw every Saturday, he was spot on. Few shows before Friday, he was maybe not as good. But here is the thing. Because that would be considering Hadi is who he is, and we saw him so many times, and he set the standard with conditioning, and he brought that condition again, so they would consider him. But what we saw this time, when he turned to the side, he was smaller, and it was dominant poses, legs, and then legs from the back. Now that brings that other question. When Dave Palumbo was talking about should Hadi train as heavy, because he was doing legs like super heavy, 6 plates on whatever squats, hex squats, or Smith machine squats, and then they were saying, "Oh no, training that makes you big, it would keep you big, so you keep training heavy," and it was just all in this. So here's a perfect example of somebody training super heavy, even when he doesn't supposed to. And I said that's very dangerous, being so lean, being on so many anti-estrogens, because that's for sure that he was on, when your tendons and ligaments are fragile and exposed, you shouldn't go that heavy. But his legs shrinked. I remember, Chris, you were saying you were afraid that he's going to come too big. And you said that after he posted that pictures and videos when his legs were just ridiculously big, and he was 8 weeks out or 6 weeks.
Right.
Yeah,
Just compare from the Arnold.
yeah. So they were down. They were down.
It's
Now,
because he,
and you see, they knew they have to beat Samson in conditioning because they can't touch him in size and all that stuff. So I think they went a little bit too far. When he said, "I want to be desert dry, and you better be whatever, bringing the water to the desert."
Are you sure everybody else gonna burn or something? Yeah.
Yeah, something.
Well, he wasn't lying. He wasn't
Yeah, he
lying.
was going to go that extra something, and that extra something cost him the pop on his hamstring from the side and from the back. We all knew that his upper body and back double and backline spread is very good, but hamstring glutes he was losing to Derek last year, and he still wasn't so focused on Samson maybe as much as he was focused on Derek, because he beat Samson so far every time, and only he needed to take it over from Derek, and Derek beat him in that department. So logically, you think that he's going to go for better glutes and better hamstrings, but it cost him because now Samson took over his hamstrings from the back and a quad sweeping and a back improved. Now he made, I think that Samson beat Hadi in the back poses now, and he beat him in the side pose.
let me tell you what my take on
Getting
it.
most muscular.
Let me tell you my take on it.
I have your take on tape, Chris.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get to that after you finish talking.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
When Derek and Hadi turned around, they was not the same. Derek wasn't as good as last year from the back.
You think his back wasn't as good as last year?
No.
From the back, he says. From the back, I mean, he was still the
No,
best.
I'm specifically asking for the back. I'm not talking about the leg.
The back of his was not. I wasn't looking at it like, oh my God, no.
Yeah, because you already saw it a couple of times.
No, but he wasn't. I mean,
I think his back was just as good.
I don't think so.
Almost as good, but not just as good.
The same guy. Not the same guy.
He was smaller too in the legs. So you saw it with him as soon as he came out. His legs were down in size too.
And then Hadi was could have been better from the back also. And to me, Samson improved so much from the back. And then gave him a whole extra day.
I said this. When did I say it? Another podcast. The problem was, number one, Samson is the only one out of the top three that came better than last time.
And all his body.
Both other guys were just not the same. I don't want to say they were worse. They're just not what they were last time. Can we compare Hadi to the Arnold? When I remember Hadi at the Arnold, I was shocked. I wasn't shocked this time, but I still believed after prejudging that he had a slight edge because I looked at the condition. But then I saw the footage and I got time to, because sometimes when you look, you see, but you don't have enough time, to rewatch it or look at it again.
Yeah.
I saw how dominant Samson really was when they put him in the middle.
And then when you was able to get a whole nother day to dry out more.
Yeah. And Samson
can use his attributes even more so.
Yeah. But I also said that, when they asked me this question, I said possibly, but when I look at the score sheets, Hadi came in much improved on Saturday, and Samson beat him clearly Saturday.
He came improved too.
Close like it was on Friday. So no,
Yeah.
there's no way if Samson can duplicate what he brought. He can only get better. I mean, yeah, you can get worse too and look up the condition. But if Samson can repeat this look, I don't think there's anybody that can beat him other than Andrew, who puts it finally together. That's the only one that could stand next to him.
I think so too. Even though I still think that a rivalry between Hadi and Samson going to go on and on and on.
Yeah,
because Hadi is so close, and he was in the torture gym yesterday and nobody told me, and then I missed it. Like, I'm so bummed. So I messaged him, and then he responded like, he's heartbroken. And
yeah, I can imagine, man.
Can't talk. And I told him my view. I mean, listen, Hadi is Hadi. He could win every show he ever enters. But Samson is also a bodybuilding phenomenon that this is that once in a life. How many?
Can you still say that though to him? Could you still say that he can win every show he enters?
Yeah, I mean, I said it many times. I would still say Hardy can still win every show he ever enters.
So what if
That's
Samson?
good.
What if Samson?
What was his
But
fault?
Samson, okay, can also win every contest he ever enters if he
Oh,
plays
I
it.
only one
So,
winner.
sorry?
So
Yeah,
if
but listen,
both guys
it's
are
a
on.
flip-flop. 6-9 and 8-8 judging score sheet means that the judges are split. So you, Chris, and me, we can think with our own heads, and you see one thing and we see the other one. So you just two of us have to beat the one guy, to give somebody a victory. Judges were not unanimous, so keep that in mind. Judges sitting right next to each other and all that stuff, they still have a mind on their own. Samson was so good. Jim Mannion asked me after the prejudging what I think. I said, like, well, I think what I was saying always, Samson just had that, wow, okay. And it's not conditioning contest, it's a whole physique contest. And but I'm going to say this, maybe Samson's not going to like, but I mentioned already, front double biceps, I would give it to Hardy.
Yeah.
Lat spread, I would give it to Hardy from the front, even though
Were you gone, Milos? Were you gone Saturday when we went through the round table and broke him down post by post after prejudging?
I don't know if we did that, but
No, you had already left, and we
okay.
all was Sean Ray,
Okay,
Rolly Winkler, Dexter Jackson,
okay.
Dennis Wolf, Melvin Anthony, Paul Dillette, and Chris.
Okay, so you went with pose by pose. So
and Hardy won 4 poses. Samson won 3. Derek won 1.
okay,
but see, that doesn't mean anything.
Okay. Derek won that he's Mr. Olympia and back double, and that's it.
All right.
I said before, Derek could not win any other pose. There's no way. Okay, Hardy wins a lot of frontal poses. Even when he's number 1, he came on the stage. That's the first guy that you see on the stage, and you don't know the lights, you don't know anything, but the condition was there. Like, fuck.
But it's funny how you break down pose by pose, and then you agree that this guy wins 4 poses. Right. That doesn't mean you win the contest.
So Hardy won 3 shots from me for sure. Front double, lat spread, and abs and thighs. And most muscular is very questionable. And I was going to go with Samson always, even though Hardy has
that's you. That's you. There was maybe one other person that has Samson in the most muscular. Everybody else, everybody agreed. Chris,
okay, but let's talk about this, and people are going to comment on this. And I love Hardy. I have nothing but respect for. And this slice and dice thing is so impressive in most muscular, right? But Samson is twice as wide, twice as thick, and it's like 20 more pounds of the beef in his pecs, right? And the fibers are not as prominent, but it's a muscle contest, not conditioning contest only. So I thought that this is deciding thing for the judges, because by the time Samson wins side poses hands down and back lat spread, I think he win. And then when he turns around, abs way improved, abs and thighs. Well, he had a way better thighs than number 2 and number 3. So even the ab shot could be questioned, but it's not questioned. Hardy, when he locks in and showed the intercostals.
Okay, I was just mentioning that we went to 6 people, 7 people.
So what do you think most muscular? Who wins?
Chris, you too. I don't remember what the people said, but it was overwhelming for Samson.
What do you think? I promise you, look at the videos and look at the pictures.
Depends on what you're looking for, Milos. I mean, if you're looking for the bigger guy, you give it to Samson. If you look for the striations in the chest and all this, you give it to Hardy.
So Mr. Olympia striation? What is it called? Striation contest? It's a
conditioning. It's called conditioning.
Yeah.
So it depends on what you like. Somebody that doesn't have striations in the fucking chest will always say the size guy wins, because they can't deliver that either. But if you look at conditioning like a Dexter Jackson, he's given straight to Hardy. He wasn't even. There was no question. So, like I said,
well enough.
It's different opinions, But Sean Ray was just the one who said, he agreed with 4 poses for Samson, but he also said that he still believes that Samson is going to win it. And that doesn't mean how many shots you win. At the end of the day, the overall package that you deliver. And I think Samson just delivered an overall package that a shorter guy, and we say this for how many years now, the taller guy always wins.
Yeah, but let's clarify this to the audience that don't know. If you're not really into bodybuilding, so they would think like they're getting points. Oh, you got 1 point for front double, 1 point for last spread, and 1 point. There's no points in anything like this, but they're using these mandatory poses to assess the completeness of physique.
But where's this coming from, Milos? I mean, Tyler is doing this
Yeah,
where he goes pose by pose and
yeah.
explains why people winning. So
that's why
you can't say they don't judge that.
Okay, they do. But is this really the only factor? If you win more mandatories, like Phil Heath won more mandatories than Sean Roden, guarantee in that shot. Go pose by pose, he won more.
I thought Phil.
It was not just that. In between, it's just body standing there.
No.
And Samson standing. Okay, I was praising Hadi at the Arnold Classic, how his presentation was flawless. Every microsecond, every micromillimeter from the side, and Samson was that. This Olympia, everything was perfection. I have to say this because
yes, we said it already for 30 minutes. We got it. We got other guys to talk about.
2 hours. Come on,
people in the show. Let's talk about third place, Derek.
It's water. It's water.
Flowers now. Derek ends up in third. Does an interview after. Got so emotional and he started to cry. That means it explains how much this meant for him. He thought he's going to come back. He's going to come back improved, and he's going to slam dunk this show.
Good luck.
Fourth place, Martin Fitzwater. For me, the biggest surprise of the show. I knew he was good, but I can literally make a point for him even placing third.
Yep. I said that at the round table. The first one I said I saw him at the check-in. He literally pulled his pants up, showed me his quads, told me to feel his abs, and I was like, this guy is on.
Brings me to Andrew Jett. And there's one situation that happened at the routine. Milos, as a professional, doesn't matter what happens.
You have to go on.
The song is not your song, which was his song. It was just a cuss word. That's why it was turned off. So now they put some music on. As a professional, what do you do?
Yeah, what BREON did. I don't think BREON was having his music and he posed, and he did a magnificent job. Yeah. So first I would say this, really. If this happens again in any other show, I would advise guys just go back. Don't even stay there, look left, right, what is going on. Go back, wait for your music, because he put a lot of effort into his music and he wanted that.
Yeah, but
and there was even a question, are they going to let him come back? There was
was it the wrong song or was it
the music starts with a curse word?
But he said no, there was a clean version of the song and a bad
Why
version.
would you give him two versions? Why don't you give him the version that you need to use?
Anyway, I was discussing this yesterday, which I don't know the details, so I don't want to say exactly.
No,
supposedly, he gave them the name, what they're supposed to play, and they're supposed to play the clean version.
Yeah, hey, I mean, 200 competitors. How are you going to give the DJ two songs, a good one and a bad one?
He used to give a USB, right? And this is it, playing.
Yeah, but you put one song, the song that you use, so there can be no mixing.
I was told, Milos, you live in in Stone Age. That's not what we're doing now, right? So I don't know. I used to give them my tapes. And they got eaten up.
No, but listen. I mean, if you put two songs on, you set yourself up for something like this. You can't even blame the. You can't.
Let's talk about the physique.
DJ has other things.
Let's talk about his physique because this is not because you said we had a little time. You wanted, everybody wanted Samson Andrew to be compared. Okay, that's a hashtag bodybuilding. They're two of the kind. They are very similar. This is hashtag bodybuilding, 300-pounders, 6 feet plus, and looking crazy. Why this is not being done, I don't know. That it should be. Was Andrew so off that he shouldn't stand? If you ask me, if he was favorably compared, he could have been third. He could have been third. Martin and Tim would be battling big time. Yeah. Okay, and Derek.
I think in prejudging, he was just too far off.
But what do you mean too far off?
From the back, from behind. It just wasn't. I think he was better in Texas at prejudging.
Yeah, but
he was better. I mean,
but in his defense, I didn't see him live in Texas. I saw only the footage. So here I was live, and he didn't. I expected so much because I thought he's going to come out and he's going to shock everybody.
You think he tried to
When
come
I
in
was
too big?
when they announced his name for the mandatories, I couldn't wait because in the group, fucking, he still looked great.
Yeah.
You
But when
think
he
he
came
tried to
back,
come in too big though? Too
you
big, or
think?
Yeah, but since when being big is punishable?
oh, talking about when the cuts are not so
I
etched.
think he still had the cuts.
And legs were
Yeah.
separated
I
even
think his
further.
posing was way off. I don't know why. Even his mandatories wasn't. It was off. He didn't look the same in his front lat spread, which is his best shot or one of his best shots.
The
He
last
just when he did the front double biceps, I don't like the way he positions his legs. Just stands there, and it just wasn't as impressive as I expected. Maybe I expected too much, and that was the issue. But I guess the judges felt the same.
If they kept comparing him, and maybe he would come alive, and it would be a different story. I just think that the whole world, and you talk about this, Dennis, you can't wait for that comparison.
Yes, and I
They
think
tell us,
you know what I think. I can't wait now for the Arnold because that's when it's going to happen again. And
yeah.
I think Andrew has
good
something to
compare
prove with
there.
the Arnold, and I think he will.
I
A good
think that Andrew
compare.
improved the back. The back is more massive,
Mhm.
thicker. The arms are probably the biggest arms on the stage.
Yeah,
When you think about it,
yeah.
abs are one of the best abs, but I was a little disappointed with his abs and the presentation of his abs.
But it seemed like at the pre-draw he came out and he hit it great, and then it faded the rest of the time. But then at the night show, it looked like he was.
Why do you think that is? Is he not posing enough?
I think so.
Hmm.
Hey, when you have a killer front poses, and because of the abs, obviously, because front lat spread is with the abs, the double biceps is the abs, ab shot is with the abs, and then you turn to the side that you're criticized for the side. Abs are your biggest point. Make your abs perfect when you do the side relax, and he didn't. When you do the side triceps, abs can make side triceps. If you keep your leg to the side, twist around just a little bit so you can see the crazy abs, it's
Hmm.
distraction. And they see so many, they might think that this is a perfect pose. He didn't do that. We knew that side chest is his probably weakest pose, for whatever reason, because he has a stupid chest. Yeah, this, Chris, I would really love that you go and work with him and find the thing, because Flex Wheeler, myself and Flex Lewis, we couldn't do it. We saw him pose, and he's just like, okay, there's there, but then by the time he turns around, he does something, and it's not as impressive as he should look.
I think he needs to work on his presentation because he's much better than he presented this weekend. And I think that he will correct that. I think he will hear a lot that you don't need to hear and don't want to hear, but sometimes a few voices get through. And I think this is the only thing he needs to work on. If where he's at right now, he should stay focused and should just continue for the Arnold because there's another $500,000 paycheck that's coming. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I just want to see him and Samson stand next to each other, both on this would be something that they will talk about for the next 20 years.
Yeah. Plus, and then it's going to be going up and up. And I think Dubai put that in the mix. There's going to be some like large paychecks out
Pittsburgh.
there to get. Yeah,
You think
Pittsburgh.
Arnold? Didn't I say though that I think that something's going to happen? Didn't I always say this? I even said it on the podcast Friday. I
Yeah.
believe something's going to happen. And what happened? Exactly what I thought that Jake goes
Why
up
wouldn't-
the 200,000 up to 600,000. This huge
And the
shout out to
250 per
Jake
second.
Wood and Dan Solomon. I got to say the production this time was unbelievable. They did an awesome job. I can only imagine how much the whole staff, everybody that's involved, have to put this weekend together because it was unbelievable.
I was the most excited from this competition than I have in a long time. I told Dan this after the show. I was like the lights, the sound, I mean, it was just electric.
Sound especially was great. The only thing they need to change is change the press conference. Don't do that stuff no more. They don't need to be hanging out there 3-4 hours. just to sit on high chairs where your feet are dangling so you can come off with fucking swollen feet. That's not what you do to athletes 2 days or a day before prejudging. Put them on tables where they sit till their feet is on the ground and make their press conference an hour and a half. I don't care if you put them all on stage, the same girls, just like we used to do it. And if the questions don't come for you, then they don't come for you. It was just too long. It started late. It was too long. And that's, I think, for the athletes, they shouldn't go through this. And then they have a couple of hours to rest up before they have to go back for the Olympics. Press conference should be no more than 1.5 hours.
Shorter
Do it
answers.
the old format. Let's talk. Let's get them to talk whatever they want to say. You know, get them to trash talk if necessary. But all that other stuff, it's nice, but it's just, even the fans complain. They're sitting there for 3 hours. You know, I know they made it by doing that, but you know, sometimes you got to think a little bit about the athletes. I also like the fact that they put the big boys on earlier than they were planned.
Oh, and also the meet and greet was electric. I'm telling you, it was like
I didn't go to the meet and greet.
Meet and greet was off the hook.
That was at the same place where they had the press conference?
But it was just open, and the music was pumping. I mean, they were doing the interviews up on the stage for the live broadcast.
No, I'm glad they locked this in for the next 3 years.
Awesome.
Yeah, glad they locked it in for the next 3 years. But
hey, Hunter LABRADA, I want to know your opinion on Hunter LABRADA.
Hunter LABRADA, I think that was the best Hunter LABRADA I've seen. I think he looked awesome. I thought that he was fighting for 4 or 5 at one point, but I guess, I guess the justice didn't see it.
He was fighting for 4 or 5, yeah.
Backed up a bicep.
I think he was 5th
after
the
lost that fight.
Yeah, I don't think that he looked as good on Saturday.
Did you look at the score sheet, what they said on him?
Yeah, I forgot now. I don't know where to find it.
But his back double was way better. He was a lot fuller, and I think he was a lot heavier than he was at the.
Was much bigger, yeah.
Indians.
Comparing him to Italy, that was a total different Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So kudos to him for showing up.
Okay, another question. Akim
Williams looked great from the front, great from the side, from the back. His back is gone.
Here's my question. We all know, judges know what Akim Williams looks like.
He was 10th, right?
9th, I think.
No, I think ninth was
Curry was 9th.
Now 8th was William Brandao. No.
Curry was 9th.
William, then Akim.
No, it was Brandon first.
Curry was 9th. 10th was Akim.
Yeah.
7th was William.
Yeah. Are you reading it? Or...
Who got 8th? William. Who got 8th?
Yeah, who was 7th?
8th was Brandao.
Yeah. Oh, Rafael Brandao 8th. William got 7th.
7th is William.
Then,
7th is William.
And Brandon Curry 9th. Yeah, I know that.
And Akim 10th?
Yeah.
What did you see on Akim? Did you think that was he was?
He looked great. He was in condition. He was just.
But turn him around. He's missing 2 poses completely.
Back double is not so bad.
And the last year wasn't as bad as
Milos, I can't believe you're saying this right now, man. Be honest.
That's not is bad. But back double, I promise you.
Milos, he had this much muscle left on his back. I gotta keep it real. But I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's moved up every year. When he does a lat spread, he's got on top this much. The whole back.
Okay, he loses that pose. Side poses.
Two poses.
Side poses. Who beat him?
He did that 2 poses.
Side poses. He's right there next to Samson. Thick legs.
Yeah, but I think the back is just is a very important part, man. If you can't just show up with no more back.
But even though judges,
I'm not even saying
20-point difference from prejudging in the finals, like 20 points difference. They recognize, Akim is on.
Okay, yeah, he was on. Condition he was on. But Milos, you really think that when you have back shots not even there, that you should be in the mix?
That was my case my whole career.
No, you Milos. You cannot even compare. Listen, and this is not a knock on Akim. I like Akim. And I see this happening. And it's the same shit that happened to Rami. And Rami is getting to the same point if he continues, I believe, unless he fixes it, if it's even fixable, which I don't know. Akim's back's been from year to year, you can see his degree, it's moving up. It's gone.
That was happening with Hida also. I don't know what it is.
Yes, he had the same issue, but Akim is still there. Everything is still there, but when he turns around, it's like Paul Gillette had a better back. Milos, you had a way better back than this now. I'm not talking about the one years ago.
If Paul doesn't pose, he had the good back. If he tries to hit
I really feel bad. I know
that.
Akim knows this is going on. I don't know what it is. I wish he would come out and say what if he knows if there's an issue. But what do you think that is?
I don't know. Really, I have no idea.
But you see it, right? Please then tell me.
Yeah, I do see it.
Chris, maybe you know.
I don't know. I've said what I've said in the past about it.
Don't call me later and tell me what you
think. Same thing, you know how the chest.
I mean, I've said what I always thought before, but it's like people think I'm.
What did you say? I don't remember.
Okay, go ahead.
I
think he was shooting it?
I think pinning your back is going to destroy the muscle. Yes,
but you can't shoot that low. You know, nobody shoots that low.
It just rolls up. It rolled up on a lot of champions.
We all learned how to shoot the lats from Dennis.
Roll up on me.
Don't do it, guys. When you stop training, them lats gonna disappear. It's all that's left.
Go on, girl.
Same thing for legs. You stop legs, they're gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
Okay, Dennis, Rafa Brandao.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed because I expected much more. I told him I told his team after prejudging that, you know, it just wasn't there. I mean, he actually didn't look anything close to the pictures. Now Saturday he came
once you take the water out, that stuff is going to change.
Yeah, but Saturday he filled out. I thought he was flat on Friday. He was flat and appeared to be softish, you know, in areas. And Saturday he looked much better.
Okay, but why?
I still see that he needs more size.
Can you tell me this, Dennis?
Huh?
If you don't have feather off the charts, I don't like to do it anyway. I noticed this with not Samson. I noticed this with Andrew Jack. I noticed this with a couple of competitors. Why in the hell do you think you're gonna spend the time going like this?
Andrew, he's looking to see if
he's giving from the back. He's
here.
here.
Do all that. He did that all the time, looking at his.
That's a screenshot. That's a screenshot.
And then you're gonna turn around, and then he's like this.
Sure.
Yeah, why are they doing that? They want to know: is it hard?
No. And then you're gonna hit your shot.
Sit your ass down.
Oh man!
No, I see what you're saying.
And then you spend that time. These guys are hitting their shot.
Can I ask you something? Why are they not doing it in the chest to see if the striations is there when they do the most muscle? Exactly. You might as well do the same shit here.
Yeah. About this disappearing lats, you know how some people like Marcus Rule had a Kinkamali, or so, the chest was like separating and just going on and on. And there was that wrestler guy.
Scott Steiner. Yeah, Scott Steiner. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. And then they called that by him, right?
Yeah, but I think, I don't know. But it's not always because you pin it.
Hey, but you don't think people pin in the chest?
Who shoots that except
they accused me of shooting the chest. Because I had this little muscle here on the inside.
You did?
You have one cc and one.
Did you shoot the chest?
Never. But you crazy?
Yeah, you have one cc, Dennis, and one.
Yeah. No, but you know, funny thing is, there's three guys that I see in the meantime. They have the same issue. This is a muscle. It's literally a muscle that separates from the other chest. I don't know why. You only see it when you're in shape. But no, I didn't know people shoot themselves in the chest.
But you know, Ian had that. Ian had the tricep that started to dissipate. You know, the legs was going, the calves had went, the lats was coming up the back. It's like, what is happening to make that happen? It has to be that.
Yeah.
What else could it be?
Continuously pinning and hitting the nerve.
Just hitting nerve down for no reason. You know.
Brandon Curry. What do you guys think, Brandon?
He got better at the second day, drier, but I mean,
Brandon was off. He was big. You could see his legs were bigger, but his condition wasn't close. Wasn't close to where he should be in order to move, you know, or stay in the top 5 or 6. You know, I felt bad for him because I guess all this changing coaches and you know, it's not maybe he started too late, like
He's
Abdullah
training
said. You know, Abdullah
too
said it
late.
was too late for him to start. He didn't do nothing all year. I don't know if it's true. That's what Abdullah said, and that's why he said he can't work with him because he doesn't believe that he has a shot. And come to see that he was actually right with what he said.
You know,
William
not to
Bonac.
win or you, I mean, you should still help your guy though, right? He's still your guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
but
should.
I think if you have a relationship with an athlete, and listen, I don't know what happened between those two guys. I can just tell you what Abdullah said here on the podcast too, that he didn't after the Olympia, he didn't hear nothing until 2 or 3 months out from the
But he
Olympia.
had his feelings involved. He got his feelings hurt.
Maybe, I don't know. So he didn't get no updates, he didn't get nothing, and then he sent some pictures, and he looked like, and he
Okay,
said,
but
"Listen,
he is.
we can't work together because this is not going to work. You're not going to make it. You're too far behind."
Oh, William. Is William older than Breon?
Yes, no,
No,
same age.
no, no. I think William is 42. Breon is 44. Gonna be 45.
William looked great. William, you have to give it.
42.
Hold on, before I don't know if I think William is 44. I thought.
Dude,
Yeah, I just want to give a credit to William because he showed up
Best
again.
condition on stage, him and Hardy.
Yeah.
I told him the best condition. His body is not the same anymore, but the condition was spot on.
Just ask Google.
hey, so let's say Curry is still going out to Kuwait. Do you think that's where he?
Yeah, you're right. He's 42.
Oh man, come on, man.
I didn't know Rolly Winkler was 47.
Holy, he looked good. Have you seen him?
He looks real good.
He can still do it.
See, sometimes taking off and taking all, like getting all that shit out your body for a couple of years and just,
Really healthy.
change your look.
I mean, I don't
You
know.
want to know if somebody's still using gear? Just look at his face.
Hey, I like that androgenic face, you know? You know?
Hey, did I tell you? Did I tell you that I did my physical last week or 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago now?
And
My
your test
testosterone
is like 70.
73.
Was that?
Why are you clapping? My test 73, bro.
That's very respectful for a female.
You taking it? Yeah, but you've been on your TRT, I thought.
No, Chris, I tell you that I do it and then I don't do it for like, it's getting worse every time. I do it for 3 weeks and then I
That's
don't
me.
do it
I'm
for a
under
month.
100.
And then I travel and then I forget and then I come back and say, fuck it. It's like this. So now
It's like that because you had a career of it.
but it's been doing this, I've been doing like this for the last year and a half.
Get the
And
pellet.
last
Hey.
year my test was 495.
Get the pellet. Just put the pellet in there and it'll just release.
That's what females do, man. Now that's what you
Yeah.
trying to say.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
do it. I'm gonna
you-
do it.
Oh, listen, we did my physical, the results came out, and I talked to my doctor literally the day before I drove to Vegas. And we did a virtual appointment, and she said, "Yeah, we need to do something. Are you?" She asked me, "Would you be comfortable with injecting yourself?" I said, "Fuck yeah!"
Hey,
She sent me a script. I went to the pharmacy. The same. She said that way you could get something today and give you a shot before you leave.
There you go.
I'm gonna do something. I have a doctor. I'm gonna get.
Nothing's going to change. I'm still not going to do it every week. I'm sorry, Chris.
I think I'm gonna get the pellet, man, because I have a doctor up
You know
in
what the pellet is doing, though? The pellet releases like 2 milligrams a day. What are you going to do with that? Fucking
No,
can't
it can be stronger than that.
it won't even give you a
I'm
fucking
keep
phone.
releasing. I'm gonna be like pitching a tent in the morning.
Hey,
I'm gonna be pitching a tent like this in the morning.
Shut the fuck up and just do it. Like,
probably going to get you
once a
probably
week.
need 20 pellets.
I'm gonna be so hard.
Hey,
Yeah,
I used
pellet-
Tuesday, our old school podcast. As a matter of fact, as soon as they finish, I'm gonna go there and pin it. Like, yeah, so that's my reminder, you know, and I see you guys, and I'm gonna take 73, you know, Dennis, how much you have? Okay,
Like
okay.
100.
At
100
least
something.
I'm averaging for us, I'm 1,000, you know,
You
so
are?
But how much do you take?
illegal, it should be illegal, punishable by
I mean, you're knocking the bottom out.
Milos, how much do you take to get to 1,000?
250. 250.
That's it.
That's
Well,
it.
do you take it and then go 2 days later?
Religiously.
No, I mean when I did the test was like 4 or 5 days later. I was in Serbia too. So
But it
every
just kicked
Tuesday I
in.
do it. Yeah, it is there. I
Yeah,
mean,
but I did like I think maybe if I'm not 100%, but I think I did the last shot maybe 3 weeks before the last one before I did the test.
yeah, and then you keep forgetting, eh? And then you
I
realize,
know, but I do this. It was the same last year, and I was 495. Now I'm 73.
yeah.
I took one shot.
Tell yourself, come here, visit, and I would shoot you.
Or maybe it was some fake shit.
I told you I have a pharmacy stuff from Serbia.
Don't say that, man. We're gonna edit that out.
There's a text, send you.
Hey,
Hey, I have prescription. American prescription and Serbian prescription.
I got a script now. I got the shit from the pharmacy. So when I travel tomorrow, I have it in my suitcase on top of the fucking clothes with the fucking pens. Got my name on it. This is what I need.
Walking through the airport like this.
200 milligram once a week. Yeah, shit. Open my shit up. Don't take my test though. Oh, shit, this is crazy because yeah, maybe that shit that I had was fake.
Don't you
It
think
shouldn't drop to
73?
70. If you listen, I was in 2 years ago, I was 590. Last year I was 495. And I didn't really use anything. Just like probably a couple of weeks, nothing. And it was still there. So I figured this is my natural level. So now I'm dropping to 73. So I guess it wasn't my natural level. Or when it happened, is there anything that you can do for your test to drop like this?
Well, it's going with your age, the stress, whatever. You're dealing with 15 shows in
Not
Germany,
stressed.
God
Boy's
knows.
house.
Big
He is
stress.
not stressed.
73.
I've never seen that low. Even though Jake Harder told me that one time he was lower.
You said you never see that low?
No,
Shit.
Hey, I
like
mean,
I said, I've seen women with more. You know?
damn.
But you know what the funny thing is? I don't really feel it. No, I'm not horny. I admit I don't give a fuck. But other than that,
Yeah, like
I don't give a
Chris
fuck.
when
I
he was
don't-
saying that he didn't have a sex for a year. You remember when he was saying that?
Yeah, I did. I didn't.
don't be surprised. Yeah, I'm
I'm
not.
serious. It was like, fuck it.
You
And
know,
you said not as often, huh?
I had my day in the sun. No, okay.
no, I mean that's the only symptoms that the only symptom that I really have is that there's zero libido. I mean zero. I mean zero.
So you mean to tell me you did all those 72 shows, but you could still pin yourself every week to this day?
Yeah,
No problem.
you brush your teeth every day, don't you?
I have a problem with that, man. I can look at that even when I was competing. Yeah. But even when I was competing, those needles would sit there for at least a week or so sometimes.
And some people freak out of injections, like what it is. I can do it I swear to God, in the middle of the night, pitch dark. I can shoot
He
myself.
got the cap in
Well,
his
I
he
have
got
a
the cap in your teeth.
I know exactly.
Chris, I guess Milos is different. Milos is
Shit.
I remember I was still, and I think about it sometimes I laugh. Where were we? Shit, where were we? I think either the Olympia or no, I think it was in Columbus. When Columbus at the Weeder booth. You remember that, Milos? You have been long retired. And you get, I walk in the bathroom, there's Milos shooting his calf. What the fuck are you doing in your calf? You're wearing long pants. You're not even showing the calves. That's why. That's why I believe Milos. He takes his shots. I said, I'm telling myself, what is he doing shooting his calves for? He's not even wearing shorts, long pants.
I would wear shorts if I would have a calves. And the thing is, you shoot them and you hit the nerve and they atrophy. My calves are gone, so shit. That's why not just that I wear a long sleeves,
Atrophy, right?
I was long pants. What?
Atrophy.
Atrophy, yeah.
So the same thing is happening on the back.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Yeah,
know,
but
I believe it. I believe it because I did because fucking Vinstrol fucking pissed me off. I hated Vinstrol so much.
But what would be so
I put it
problem?
in my calves sometimes, just to get rid of it. Fuck my calves up too.
Yeah, it hurts like an MF.
Yeah, I
Yes,
never.
you can't even walk. You know, every step you make is oh shit.
Hey, did you guys know that? Quick question. Now we can talk because it's a podcast.
Talk freely.
You know that there's trenbolone tablets?
Yeah, from before though, right?
No, now.
Laura told me. I never seen it.
No, I heard that there's trenbolone tablets. Because I was approached by a
Yeah.
girl, and I'm not saying who, and she asked me if I know someone. I said,
She asked you.
huh?
She,
She asked me.
Oh, yeah, I said a girl.
Oh,
damn.
the girl is looking for Chamberlain.
No, I'm honest. Listen, and she asked me if I know anyone who can I said, what? Tablets? I never even heard of it. That's how I found out. So I didn't even know that they are tablets.
Google it.
She should not be asking that question.
Hope not.
Did you think girls?
Oh,
don't
she
take
bikini?
Trenbolone?
She
No,
bikini?
no, she wasn't a bikini girl. But you don't think girls take Trenbolone?
Oh yeah. Nowadays, not
They
before.
do, but they shouldn't.
I know figure girls that take Trenbolone.
Should not. But I think once they feel that, it's like,
It's over.
yeah, they
You're
don't want
hooked. You're hooked like MILOS. You're hooked.
to hooked.
Yeah, I'm not hooked. I just
MILOS,
I'm
do you
honest
do,
to
do you
myself.
do anything else other than tests?
I do 50 DECA.
Ah, so that's
Yeah, yeah. Look, you know how I was always freaked with my journals? You
yeah.
know, so here it is. You know,
Here it is.
I still write it. Okay.
So you put every shot you take, you put it in there.
Yeah. 250 test, 50 DECA. And that was Tuesday.
So there's
Actually,
50.
by Wednesday. I missed that day. Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing it.
You do that once a week or twice a week or 3 times a
You know
week.
why I did Wednesday? Because we did it on Wednesday, one
You
time.
just do it once a week.
Once a week, yeah.
You think 50 milligrams of DECA is enough for you once a week?
Yeah. Yeah, little spike, you know, 50 and 250 test.
If you had a competition coming up, would you keep it on the same or do you raise
I
it
would
up?
probably double up or triple up. I mean, come on, we talk about this.
How much were you on this past weekend?
750 was my max
Oh.
test, and then other stuff. Let's say if you calculate, maybe it would come up to 1,000. You know, everything else.
Yeah.
If you add to that, yeah. You know, Primo plus a little bit of Trend. Trend was never high.
You like
Primo
equipoise?
was. I mean, DECA was back in the day like 600.
I used
Primo
to love
could be 600.
my equipoise, man. I'll tell you that right now.
DECA 600. Yeah. Do you go more? I mean, now when people send you the plans, the 1,000 to 2,000 range.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
My damn prostate had been fell out.
It's not even the milligrams that fucking trip me out. It's like, how the fuck, where do you put it?
Yeah, it's another thing. Yeah.
That's for me the most, where do you put it? And then
Yeah.
we wonder why we don't see no more striations in the shoulders,
Right,
in the
right.
chest, in the glutes. Why you don't see that shit? It's all scar tissue.
All
Yeah.
scar tissue.
Yeah, I guess, hey.
And it don't move. These
Now,
guys,
hey, what do you think is going to happen now since Samson is Mr. Olympia now? Now the big guy is up there.
now it's gonna be
Hey,
a change
isn't
of
that
guard.
the most exciting thing? Like when Dorian took over, then they were going for that kind of size.
Mhm.
Nothing matters but size. Now we have beautiful monster, right? So
Don't you think Keon could slide in there a little bit easier now with
hell yeah, Keon has a
Brennan?
Open?
perfect physique.
Yeah, but he would be a little bit too small.
Okay,
They was gonna carry him when he hit that front double. I'll tell you that.
Understand?
But it's very,
Same
very
with
interesting.
from double now. I mean, he's too small for Samson now.
Well,
for Samson
in the
for
future,
sure.
in the future, I mean,
I
For
know,
Samson, but
I'm
can he stand
going,
next to?
I'm going
Can
off
he
of
stand next
Samson.
to Derek and Hadi?
Yeah. I'm going off of Samson. I mean, for Samson to get beat if he's on, takes a guy that's his size or bigger.
I'm
And
not saying get beat, but I
but
don't,
look,
Oh, you mean beating the mitts?
I don't see that happening right now.
yeah,
You
I
mean
told Chris Aceto, I don't see Andrew being big. When you see them
See, because now,
standing there, Samson is still so much thicker.
hey, now it's not even gonna take a mass monster because this guy got classy
yeah,
shape.
Milos, you're right. Samson is because he's more 3D.
Yeah.
But imagine that it looks like that Andrew can get better condition.
Yeah. Andrew can get better condition, and Andrew can beat him in 2D, not 3Ds. Okay.
Yeah. But I think this is going to be Samson's reign. I think he's a
Yeah.
guy that has no distraction other than bodybuilding. I think, I don't know, you know him personally better than anybody from us. And I don't think that he's gonna want to let this go. I think he's gonna
How
try
can
to
you
hold on to
possibly?
this title for as long as he possibly can. And I think if he gets it, if he puts everything together the way he's been putting it together, I think he can win. How old is he?
I don't know. 30.
Oh, Samson?
Yeah.
His late 30s, right?
38, 37
I
maybe?
have no idea about the age.
37?
I never pay attention to this. For me, that's irrelevant. Yeah, here, Dennis
I'm
can
just
Google it
thinking.
right away. But what I want to say is about those,
I would
like
say 37,
Nick
36.
Walker or some other people. Is, I'm not going to be out work. I'm hardest working, hardest working. Well, Samson did, God knows how many shows now, 15
Wait a minute.
shows.
That's not possible.
How many? 37?
32?
32. Yeah, it's very possible.
Whoa,
Wow. He can win
that's
another.
bad then.
He
That's bad
can.
for the competition then.
Listen, if Samson is 32 years old, I can say 100% I believe this, that he can win and beat the all-time record of 9 Olympias.
There you go.
I believe it.
Yeah.
If he's 32, and if
If
he's
he wanted to do it like that. Hey, it'd be $1 million a competition at that point.
yeah, it says
He's
he's
going to be
born.
probably next year.
It says he's born March 11th, 1992.
Yeah.
Damn.
Damn, he's young.
That makes it,
Oh,
yeah.
hey,
Hey, not
no
just
bad
that.
for everybody else.
And black don't crack.
There you go. And he just tasted fucking victory. He's on top of the mountain. He don't want to leave.
Oh yeah, he could go straight.
He want to stay right there.
I would knock him out each time
Yeah. All he has to do now is stay healthy. That's it.
and
Yeah.
focus.
Yeah. Don't injure
Focus
yourself.
on being that guy.
He doesn't train stupid. He trains very, very smart. And guys, he keeps improving. So if you project those improvements, that could be the
Oh,
best body ever.
dude, that's all he's done
Can
though.
make that body the
Even
best
though,
body ever.
hey, even though been criticized for this or that, he's done nothing but
Don't
add
get
body parts.
criticism, man. Come on. And as a Mr. Olympia, he's going to there's going to be guys criticize him even more.
I think he's
Or-
felt that he's been criticized from time to time, but he's done nothing but show up, improved body part, improved body part. Oh, I need more back. Okay, I'm gonna work on that. Still not there yet. Okay, I'll be back next time. Okay.
Okay.
That's,
You guys didn't maybe realize when he
but
was
listen, hey, one more thing, guys. What you not realize is when he did that battle for the Olympia with
Derek.
Derek and Nick, he didn't want to take his shirt off. But then he sat there and he stood up and he took his shirt off. And I'm telling you, brother, the whole room went quiet. It was just like,
Oh shit.
damn.
Mm.
And I saw the size then and I was like, bro, I said, and I told him, I said, man, yo shit. And then the same thing when I saw him in Kuwait, he was looking super large and super in charge. Close up. And that's when I started to notice like the different things that Milos was talking about with him. Because I haven't, stood and just studied him, looking at him, and I was just like,
He looks great in pictures, but he's
that
even more
dude.
impressive in person.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
person is totally different.
Next time, hug him to see, the bear that you're holding. Like,
I'm gonna hold him underneath his lats.
Yeah.
And put my hand in his
We can't end to today's podcast without bringing up one more time, and because I don't know if Milos was there when we talked about it. Nick Walker pulling out of the Olympia for a reason that he was not ready. Milos, did I get your statement on that?
Yeah, I was still there. Yeah, I was still there. And I did say that back in our time, we were
talked about it. Then I don't want to bring it up again.
Yeah.
Then it's done. Okay, cool. Hey guys, we went 30 minutes over, which was cool. Sometimes
You have no limit.
sometimes you don't need a guest.
You should have it twice a week.
No, it's important for me now. And me, Kylie, and Nico, we're talking to the people that are doing the uploading that we're gonna upload the next day.
Oh, there you go. Plus, talk to them, Kylie and Nico. You need to do this twice a week. You
And
can't-
people was complaining they wanted that.
I don't know. Twice a week is gonna be something that's gonna happen because if there's not, you don't have enough to talk about twice a week sometimes, especially when
Well, why don't we do it special? Sometimes if we do, then great. If we don't, so
let's just
great.
take it one step at a time. Let's just try to get this out quicker because I get so many messages, people thinking this is me uploading the damn podcast a week later. It's not me. Guys, I'm just doing the podcast. Kylie is editing the podcast and she is like this quick. And then it goes to, Muscle and Fitness, and then they have to upload it for us. And hopefully that.
When is this going to be out tomorrow?
Huh? No, I don't know that yet. We're just working on it. I'll just put the request in to see if that is possible because I don't want this to come out on Sunday when the fucking Olympia was 9 days prior.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And in the future, if we can do that, because Kylie already said that she will be able to just even go faster, as fast as she possibly can. And she does an awesome job. I said, listen, we can do, I have no problem from now on, if we talk about somebody, to look it up while we're talking instead of her finding the pictures and edit them in, which takes extra time. We can do that ourselves in the future. And that gives her, less work to edit the thing together with the intro.
The bodybuilders are improving. We need to improve.
Hopefully they can do it for us. We're going to have to let them know. And then hopefully this, for the fans listening, stop giving me shit. I feel you guys. I want this shit to be out the same day if possible. Like everybody else is doing it, just like uploading it. It's not that big of a deal to upload.
Leave a comment down below and let us know how you feel about it.
No, don't comment no more, please.
Good go.
So let's hope.
Go down below.
So we can get this thing out quicker. So then that way we can maybe, just don't have to be so late every time.
Yeah.
All right. I thank you guys. Appreciate it. I will be talking to you all next Tuesday from Germany.
Safe flight. You're going to be sleepy because that's going to be your sleepy time.
Yes. I'm going to lay
8 o'clock p.m.
I'm going to lay down and I'm sleeping on the stomach, drooling into the pillow. That's exactly
Hide
what
all
I'm going to do.
Hide all the schnitzels. What do you call them? Schnitzel?
Schnitzel.
Schnitzel.
No, the schnitzel is?
Yes.
Yeah.
In the airport, that fucking the wiener.
Hey, Dennis, you know how I talk about that milk rice? And
yes,
I went to Serbia, and right now in my hometown, they had some store, Lidl or whatever it's called. They have a German stuff.
Lidl. Yeah, Lidl.
Yeah. They had a milk rice. I was
Yeah.
in Serbia eating it like, oh my God.
I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna get some and send you a picture just to fuck with you. And I go to the bakery every morning because I don't eat bread here. I stopped all that shit because that bread here is terrible. All the food in America is terrible. When you go somewhere else and eat the same shit, I'm gonna give you an example. Cornflakes. Buy cornflakes here, buy the same Kellogg's cornflakes in Germany. They taste different. They don't have all that shit in there, that shit that they put in there. Here, the FDA approves the shit. Over there, the FDA says, fuck no. That's why get food out of the U.S. food is the worst food in the world. I don't care what nobody says. And anybody that says the food is great is probably a fat fuck that eat nothing but donuts, fucking hot dogs, and pizza. So I had to let that go before we finish.
Yeah, more to say.
I'm gonna have some pretzels tomorrow morning. No, not tomorrow morning. Thursday morning. Some pretzels and some quark. Milos know what I'm talking about.
I love it.
And that's it. And I'm gonna enjoy my 2 weeks in Germany. All right, guys.
Hey, good luck with your show, man.
Love you guys. Peace out.
Brother. All right.